everyone, it's Lisa Brown with Ink and Inspirations, and in this video I wanted to share a couple of tips on putting this card together that I had previously posted on my blog. This wasn't the exact card. There was another card using this You're Amazing set that's in the new Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog, and it showed this particular stamp here, this image, with a different color for Amazing, and I wanted to show you how I did that to give it some added dimension. It's really very easy. This card is 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, just folded in half. And I wanted to show you, I gave it some interest here at the bottom by just scoring this. After I folded it in half, I just scored it at every 1/4 inch for 4 up to 1 inch right there, 4 times. And so that gave a little texture to the front bottom portion of this card. Now for the main image, I stamped it in Whisper White on Cherry Cobbler, and I punched it out, ran it through the Big Shot with the Apothecary Accents framelits, and you can see that if I would have left it that size, it would have extended beyond the edges of the card. And since this is a smaller card than a standard A2, it would have fit in an envelope, but that's not the look I wanted. So what I did is I took my paper snips and I just imagined a line here around the edge of the image, leaving a little bit of white space and just following along to go up and meet that. And it just made a rounded edge. If you don't want to cut, you could also flatten the edge by just putting it in your paper trimmer and cutting off the side. Okay, so that's going to fit on the card base nicely. I've already started another one here. And now I have stamped it again in Island Indigo, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out this Amazing, and I'm going to just cut barely along the edge there, but you see these white spaces in between the letters? I'm going to cut down in those to give it just a little bit more accent and make it look, it will make it look like it's just really popping off the little card. So I'm just going to follow around and then come down a little bit in between the letters. I don't want to cut the letters apart, and when there's not too big of a space, I don't try to go inside. But when there is, like between the Z and the A, I'm going to follow along the edge of the letter and just trim that way. Now, to make it easier, I'm going to get rid of some of this excess and cut down in the middle here between these letters. And I'm going to finish cutting this and then get back with you in just a minute. Okay, I finished cutting this, and you can see where I've cut in between the A, the M, and the A and the Z. And what I'm going to do is I want to attach that here, but I don't want to do it flat. I want it to stand up from the card and look, create a dimensional effect. And really, if you just wanted a multicolor stamp, you could have used markers. I could have colored it with markers, but I really wanted this to stand out like it did on this card. So I'm going to take my Stampin' Dimensionals, and this edge here, that's not really the little hexagon dimensionals, you can use those, and I like to take my snips and cut up along the edge to get smaller pieces, because sometimes you need those little tiny pieces behind your letters. And so let me just pull these off. I can use the big one over here where I didn't do any cutting in, but like on this A, I'm going to use this little strip. Find another one. The other A. And then I can use just the regular size dimensionals on the other areas. Okay, so let me peel these off. And then I'm going to center this right here. And there you have a really pretty accent on that stamped image. Now down here, I always seem to have some of the strips of the basic rhinestones. Sometimes I cut those apart and use them individually, but I have these little strips here that I'm going to use just as an accent on this card. So I'm just going to pull it up and line it up on this bottom. And before I press down, I want to center it the best I can on that line and then press down. Then all I have to do is apply it here, and I have a finished card. So I hope you will try those little tips in your card making. And if you have any questions, email me at lisa@inkandinspirations.com. I'll see you again soon with another video. Take care. Bye-bye.